Get off your duff. Kind of a hunk. A little bit hard.
Motivate.
I want to be your friend.
Discipline.
Hunks are not good listeners.
Ready? What's up, guys? Luke Jones here, aka Pipe Show, aka Pipe Dreams. We're gonna do it in the bag with myself. Let's get it started with. I'll start with the putters and short stuff. So here we go. DX AVRs is what I putt with. I just love the feel of them in my hand. I got 3 of them. This one right here is this is my first disc I ever got, probably about 6 years ago. This one's really beat in, almost like a gummy plastic now. Been out in the sun for a hot minute. This one's a little more overstable. Got this one about 3 years ago. This one I've had for about 1.5 years now, and I use this one mainly for putting. This one I use for more of a turnover, soft shots that I want to kind of glide out if I'm stuck in the woods somewhere. So DX AVR, good plastic. Next up, Paul Macbeth Nova. XT Nova. Love this thing for straight up shots. Haven't thrown it a lot. I don't throw it a lot in open courses, but I do throw it a lot in heavier wooded courses when I just want to do a real straight shot, real straight short shots. So I love this thing. Always trusty in the wind too. XT Nova. All right, let's move on to the mid ranges. I only have 4 mid ranges in my bag right now. We'll start with this disc I've had forever. Discraft Buzz. Love this thing. Always have loved this thing. I can throw it with a little bit of hyzer and usually I'll get a full S out of it. It flips up really nice for me, and I also can throw it. I have a really good control over this disc, so I like to throw a lot of tight shots with this and a lot of big turnover shots with this disc too. So Discraft Buzz. Next up to my favorite mid-range is the rocks. I have 3 different rocks actually. We'll start out with this Champion rock. Love the Champion rock. Yeah, just a good all-around disc. I use it for a lot of nice hyzer up shots and stuff like that. Champion rock. G-Star Rock 3. I love this thing. It's a little more flat than the Champion rock. This thing's great. I actually just got an ace on this a couple days ago. Ace with this disc, and yeah, it flies great. I like that it's a little more gummier and flatter than the Champion Rock 3. Next up is my Champion Rock 3. This is one of my favorite discs for sure. Paul Macbeth Champion Rock 3. It's a pretty well-known disc, very popular disc. Really love it. Always trusty in the wind. Solid mid-range. All right, on to the drivers. So, drivers are pretty scattered around. I'll start with my G-Star Turn. I love this thing. It's very flippy, very beat in. I like the G-Star plastic just because it's gummier and I feel like I can get a better grip on the disc. I use this thing for a lot of huge anti-turnover shots and a lot of rollers. I love this thing because it flies to the ground so fast because it's so understable. G-Star Turn. This one's new to my bag, Prodigy D2. I like this thing for a lot of turnover shots, kind of like my Turn. Really like the wide rim of this one, and it's got a cool sticker on the bottom. Champion Ape. I just got this one in my bag too. Really like the wide rim driver. Feel like I can get a really good rip on this thing. Throw it for a lot of big sky hyzer stall shots and stuff like that. Champion Ape. I had this disc for a while now. This is a Blizzard Champion Wraith. Super understable. I like the feel of it in my hand. throw this thing for a lot of big turnover shots if I need it, and this is my go-to roller disc as well. If I throw it in the air with a flat, I know it's going to flip to the ground pretty fast and eventually stand up and go to the right. All right, on to my next one, Champion Colossus. Really like this disc. It's a little bit more flatter than than a Destroyer, and I really like the wide rim driver like my Champion Ape. And I throw this thing when it's real windy out because I know it's going to hold whatever line that I put it on in the wind, especially headwinds. Champion Colossus. All right, next one is my Champion Beast. This one's pretty new to my bag. I like this thing. I'm going to try to flick it more often. Pretty understable, so I like to get the full S out of it, and if I have to, long shots that I know are going to fade right. Next one is my Champion Thunderbird, Paul Macbeth. I really like this disc, had it for a while. Use it. I almost always flick with this disc. Use it for tight shots that I need to go right. Throw a lot of flicks with this thing. Very trusty in the wind as well. Champion Thunderbird. All right, next up to my favorite mold of drivers, the Destroyers. I only have 5 of them in my bag right now. I've lost quite a few of them and just thrown them in the water, but starting to rebuild my collection a little bit. I'll go from understable to most overstable. So first one is just your classic DX Destroyer. This thing is really beat in. I love the stamp on it. Probably my favorite stamp of all time on any disc. I got one hanging up in my room, so really like the stamp on this thing. And it's just an old disc that I throw some rollers with this and a lot of sky turnover shots. So really like this one. Next up is another Star. It's a Star Destroyer. This one's really beat in. So I know I can get it to flip up and get a full S out of it. Really good disc to use if I want to get some power and some distance behind my shot. G-Star Destroyer. Like I said, I really like the G-Star plastic, so just feels a lot better in my hand. I really like the gummy feel. This one I've had for like 2 years now, so it's pretty beat in as well. I love the big turnover shots with this one. I know I can throw it on a hyzer and it's going to get the full flip out of it and then eventually come back left. So I really like my G-Star Destroyer. Next up, I got 2 Star Destroyers. This one's pretty new, more overstable. This one's got a nice Intuition stamp. Aleworks tournament down here in Jacksonville. Really like this one. I could throw it with a little bit of Annie and get the full S out of it because I have fast arm speed. But I know it's always going to fade left for me, so it's very overstable, and that's why I really like it. So because I can rip on it as hard as I want, and I know it's going to fight back left. Star Destroyer, another Star Destroyer. This one I think used to be pink, but it's kind of turning white. Really like this disc. Fairly new, getting it beat in a little bit though. Yeah, love this thing. Same as my other one, except this one's a little bit more beat in. Use it for almost all my drives. So, yeah. That's all I got. Got some cool little minis. And yeah, that's my in the bag. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.